Glad to see you're back and you're continuing with the C++ tutorial. Today we're going to go forward with compiling the program that we made in the last video. And we're going to use the command line to do this. If you recall, we just made something that was with the intention of printing Hello Mars to the command line. So let's get our command line up. And I'm going to use the cd command, and this is going to tell it to go back. Now I'm going to tell it to navigate. CD stands for change directory. And I'm just telling it to navigate into the directory where this file is. You can see that written up here, and now you can see that my prompt is inside of that directory. That would be, if you want to see it on Windows Explorer, here's what that looks like, that directory. So we're going to get into now typing out the command. First of all, G++ is the compiler that I'm going to be using. This is the GNU C++ compiler. It's a standard. I put -wall. That stands for warnings, a level of warnings that I want it to print out, and I want all of them. It's not actually all of them, but it's a very high warning level. I'm not going to go into the historical details of exactly what level it is and how it was programmed and designed. This is a pretty common way to run files, and in a lot of undergraduate programs, you'll be given instructions to always compile your programs this way. There are other ways to compile them, but this is an important and useful option to know about. You're going to see me use it most of the time. Now, hello.cpp, that's the name of the file that I want it to read in this case. -o, we're going to get into later exactly what the -o is about. Not that important now. And then this is the name of the program that I want it to make in computer language. I want it to make, in the language the computer understands, an executable file or program out of this text that's on the screen. And it's going to call that file hello, just like I said here. That does take a while sometimes. That's how C++ can be. Long compile times, but probably better if your operating system isn't dragging with a very low quality video card as mine is right now. And now all I need to do to run that program, which, by the way, do you notice this program appeared when we ran that? It wrote this other file for us. Very nice. Now we're calling that file our command, and sure enough, it does exactly what we want and prints hello Mars to the screen. Just a little variation from Hello World. At the end of the day, that boring old Hello World program that everyone begins their tutorials with is not bad. It's not bad at all, because the first thing you have to learn to make a useful program is how to do input and output. And you won't know if you're doing input right until you can do output. So the very first thing that you learn is how to do output. Now, we've learned how to do output. We've learned how to compile a program. So it's time that in the next video we move on and expand on what we know and get from just doing output to doing some input, and then maybe doing something useful. So in a world where we don't exactly know what the input is coming at us, we can make a program that stands ready to automate some behavior and do some process for us. Now, that actually sounds like a computer program. That sounds like a machine or a robot or something that could improve our lives by doing something for us. And that's what programming is really all about. Hope that you'll join us next time to cover more on input and output.